Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is PompeoFX, and in this video we're going to be going over um, my trading performance. And as you all know, I had a treacherous trading month last month, and um, I promised I was going to make a video on what all the trades and what I learned, how I've been able to grow from those experiences. So I'm going to be going over all of that and everything I'm going to be implementing, or everything I've learned, you know, so that you guys can learn from my mistakes and also become better traders. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So last month um it was a really trying period, not just for me but for almost everyone who trades who was a pro trend trader, who trades ultimately in the direction of trend, because the markets were really choppy and they are not really giving us the kinds of moves that we wanted to see. And I'm saying we because this was not just a situation that affected me, but it also affected a lot of people who trade this kind of system. So but that notwithstanding, it affected my psychology even more than I imagined it would. And again, this was coming from a period where I had like damn near 85 to 90% strike rate, in the month of April. I had an amazing month in April. I did so well. In fact, even the trades I didn't take in April, I predicted them to perfection. So I was like on a very high horse, like I am the king of the world. I know this shit, But coming from that kind of high, and that's why we always talk about, in the trading market, you always have to be open to learning. And if there's one thing I can say, I'm really grateful it happened like at this time in my trading journey, because if it had happened later on, I'm not sure I'd have been able to come back from it. But speaking of that, let's just talk about some of the things that happened, because as a professional, you need to be able to take accountability for everything that happens in your trading journey. I'm not going to come here and blame the market. Oh, the market did this, the market did that. No, it's the best way to grow, the best way to learn and grow is when you are able to look at things, analyze them, and take accountability for everything. I take accountability for everything that happens in the market, because no matter what happens, I make the decisions. I put in the buy, I put in the sell, I put the stop loss, I take off this. Everything that happens is ultimately my decision making. So I take full accountability. Now, I think I'm going to be going a little bit into what happened, like in the charts a little bit. Let me open the chart of AUD card. I'm just going to show a few things and how it affected my psychology and things. Okay, because I just feel like this is something someone could learn from. Now, I spoke about this AUD card trade a lot because this was one of the trades that really messed with me. And if you have been following my channel for a while, if you have been conversant with how I trade, I don't mind holding trades for a couple of days all the way to a couple of like a week. I think I've held over a week, maybe 10 days or so. But what I've never done is hold a trade for over a week in drawdown. And I feel like AUD card really pushed that boundary for me, and it really made me it brought out a side of me that I didn't really know I had. prior to this period, I felt like I was very disciplined in my trading, in my decision making, following the plan. But this period last month, it showed all the cracks in my armor, and I'm currently working on, having those really cemented. Okay, so talking about AED card, if I break this down for the higher time frame, we are bullish on the daily time frame. You can see we're bullish on the weekly time frame. Let's go over to the time frame where I took my entry. This is the 4-hour time frame, and you guys know I wait for a breakout, retest of this level, and a double bottom. You can see it clearly here. One bottom, second bottom, engulfing. I entered here, had my stop loss underneath the lows here, and my take profit at the previous highs. Look at it here, 1 to 3 risk to reward. But now, look, I entered this trade on Monday, somewhere around here. And just look at from Monday, profits, drawdown, profits, almost to my stop on Wednesday, came back up, almost to my stop on Thursday, and like this whole thing here, I've never felt like that before. Like, I'm used to a currency pair going in profit and drawdown, like for a couple of days maybe, but I like, if you want to hit my stop loss, go down and hit my stop loss at the end of a day, or at the end of 2 days. Go down and hit my stop loss at the end of 3 days. I'm comfortable. But this was Thursday, it almost hit my stop loss, it came back up, entered the next week, came to Friday. At the close of this big red candle, no, I think I closed one of the trades here on Thursday. This one that almost hit my stop loss, I closed it early. Over here on Thursday, I closed it early for a couple of hundred. Like, I lost this trade. Then in the morning, the market pushed up again, came down. As it came back into this area of my entry, I entered again, and the market came and closed with this big red candle, and I closed it again. And the next week, boom, the market spiked up and went to my take profit. Okay, if you look here, you see this. I entered this trade on Monday, 27th of May, and the market went to take profits on the 6th of June. So this is over a week of just heartbreaking or heart-aching spikes from the market. Like, if you look in here, I would not want my enemy to be trading in this period, in this time period, and that's why we always say we avoid trading the choppy on the ranging markets. But this was one of the periods of one of the times where you can never really tell, you can never really time when the market is about to be choppy or when the market is about to be range bound. So this choppiness here, this ranging nature here, took a lot of money from me, and not as much as it took a lot of money from me, I don't think that's the right word, but it messed with my psychology a lot, and it sent me into a downward spiral. So last month I had a lot of things like this happen, not just on AED card, I think on multiple pairs. Now, what were my mistakes? My mistake was I had a stop loss in play. Here's the reason why I was not comfortable with holding this trade, while it was coming down close to my stop loss. I had a trade on Euro NZD where, was it Euro NZD or GBP NZD? I don't know if I'm able to, drop all the screenshots of those trades. I'll find somewhere to drop them somewhere in the video. A couple of times last month where I put a trade, I had the stop loss, and I was, I'm a swing trader trying to hold the trade through all the sessions, and I wake up in the next morning. On my chart, it hasn't hit my stop loss, but probably in the ninth, the spread increased and it just take me out on stop loss. So all those things piled up together were getting to my psychology. One, my trades were not hitting my stop loss before I was getting stopped out. Two, the trades, I could enter a trade now and it becomes choppy for the next 3-4 days, and loss, I'll be in drawdown for like 3-4-5 days. Like, it was just messing with my psychology. And that was why when this candle that ended up closing green here, when it was all the way down here, I was like, let me not go to bed and wake up and find that I've been stopped out from this shit. And that's why I closed here. And when I woke up and saw that the market had pulled up all these things, now I'm not blaming the market, I'm blaming myself. I'm blaming all these things happened because my psychology was messed up. Now, what should I have done is another story entirely. What should I have done? I should have taken some time out off the charts. And this is where the professionals strive. This is where the people that have been in the game for a lot longer, thrive, because they know when to stop trading. They know when to, this is not working. But me, I was going in day after day, week after week, going in, taking even more positions, trying to get back. Not like I was taking more positions, but the worst thing that could happen to me was I had taken my account so far into drawdown that I could enter the trade, and this was where I knew I had totally lost track of my trading plan. I would enter a trade, and like I said, I'm comfortable with holding a trade through drawdown. 1 day, 2 days, I'm fine. I'm comfortable with holding it. But I was so deep into drawdown that when I enter a trade and it goes into drawdown, I'll just close the trade because I'm only trying to see profits and not loss. I was no longer comfortable with that fluctuation because my account was already in drawdown, and I was just trying to make money. I was just trying to chase the profits. And I'll find that some of the trades that I ended up closing out would go from drawdown and would go directly to my take profits. If I had held them, if I was in the right psychology, if I was in the right frame of mind, those were some of the easiest trades I would have made some money off. But because I was focusing now on making back profits, I was totally neglecting my plan. Because I'm not going to lie, even through all these things, I was only taking trades that fit my plan. But all the circumstances that I just mentioned now had taken a toll on my psychology. So my decision making whilst in the trade was, it was tampered. So what should I have done? I should have left the chart completely, done other stuff, and come back with a fresh, clean perspective. But I kept going in harder and harder and harder, and it took a big toll on my account. Luckily for me, I did not have, this is an account that would have easily have blown if it was, one of these regular accounts that have an 8% or 10% drawdown limit. But on my account, I have a 12% drawdown, and I had gone all the way down to 11% before I was like, what is going on? What am I actually doing wrong? And it was so painful because some of the trades that I took that I didn't let play out actually went to my take profit. And that's why I knew, my psychology is messed up. So if you are in the same situation, moral lesson, if you get yourself in the same situation, know when to step away from the charts. Know when to say, because I'm at the level where I cannot sit here and say the strategy doesn't work. I have the strategy down packed. I know what to do. I know what to do and when to do it. Right now, all these things piled up together mess with my psychology. So I needed some time away from the charts. That's the remedy. And some of my mentors have always said this, but I'm like, I never really paid attention to it. And right here, right now, it brought me to the moment where I feel like I've really gotten to understand all those things that people have been saying and why they say it. So this is me coming here to tell you guys, the journey is never going to be smooth. It's never going to be, it's almost like when you look at an uptrend or a downtrend, you don't just see it go up. It goes up, down, up. There are always pullbacks. And to me, this is almost like a pullback, this whole thing. And the only reason why I can see it like a pullback is because I did the right thing. I took some time off the charts. I went to do other stuff, and I analyzed my trading performance, my trading behavior, not just the performance, my behavior during this period of drawdown. And I've been able to see and say, oh, okay, this is where my problem was coming from. My psychology was messed up, and I didn't identify that on time. So if you find yourself in a situation where you're in this kind of drawdown, 9 times out of 10, the strategy is not the problem. You already know the strategy, you know what to do. You know within yourself that you know what to do. You should just take some time off the chart. It will be a week, it could be 5 days. Don't look at the market, just do other things, have fun with your family, do other things, and come back with a clear perspective. Now, what I failed to mention is, before you start trading, go back into your journal, go back into your previous trades. That's why you see on my trades, on my trading view, I rarely delete any trade I've taken. I always leave them here so I can always come back and revisit and see what happened, what I could have done better, or how I managed my emotions and everything. That's why I do not delete my long or short through here. So go back into your journal, go back into your trades, analyze them, and see what you could have done better, what you did right, what you can improve on. That's the way to go. So what are my plans moving forward? As you can see, I stepped out to unwind, stepped out to have a little bit of fun and take my mind off the charts. I've not been trading for the past 1 week. I've been off the market. I've just been chilling, going out and having fun with my friends. So this is my way of unwinding, not looking at the charts, but that nonetheless, I'm analyzing all that has been going on, or all that has transpired throughout all the month of May, and pinpointing all the areas where I had not fully, where I thought I had mastered, but there were little chinks in my armor, and looking for ways that I could, amend those chinks and, perform better next time. So that would be what I would advise you to do. Take some time off the chart, but make sure you still analyze your behavior during the periods where you were, in drawdown or what have you. So yeah, in the future, I hope I'm able to get off this drawdown. But if I'm not, I'm going to take another challenge, and hopefully I'm going to do better and see if I can, not make these same types of mistakes. So yeah, I feel like that's all I have for you guys in this video. And as always, whatever I'm going to do, I'm always going to come here and I'm going to document it here on YouTube and let you guys know this is what I'm doing, and these are the steps I'm taking. So 1, for documentation purposes, and 2, if I have a lot of beginners and a lot of people who look up to me, who message me, who tell me, who try to follow the progress of my journey to help them in theirs. So if there's any way I can help, if there's any way, not just my trading, but with psychology, with personal growth, if this can help somebody, I'm definitely going to keep doing it. So that's why I do what I do. That's why I come and I document my process. So if it helps 1 or 2 people, become better, that's a win for me. That's a very big win for me. So yeah, if I take another account, if I blow the other account, I'll still come here and make a video and say, hey, I've blown the account, too, I'm taking another account. So yeah, that's basically going to be my plan. Speaking of which, even if I don't blow the other account, I still have intentions of taking more profit challenges. But like I mentioned in one of my videos, I said do not just go and take a big account. I don't just want to be a speaker of the word. I'm also doing what I'm saying. I told you guys, you should, when you feel like you have learned, do not go and buy big accounts, because that's where we all get it misconstrued. Start with a small account. I can afford to buy a 100k account. I can afford to buy a 200k account, but I intentionally start with a 10k account. So I'm not just telling you guys something I'm not doing. So start with a small account. Maybe you just start with a 5k or a 10k. If you're able to pass that, then you can buy a bigger account. You can buy 100k, 200k, 500k. I don't care, but do not just feel like, oh, I've learned now, boom, you'll carry your money and go and start buying a 400k account. If you blow it, it's going to hurt so much. Get yourself, acquainted with the markets. Buy a 5k account, buy a 10k account. If you lose that money, it's not really much. You are going to be able to say, okay, you're going to be able to buy the account again. But if you go and buy a 400k account, it's almost $2,000. If you lose it, $2,000 is $2,000. Especially if you come from a country like Nigeria, my guy, it go pain. So I'm doing that. Even if I blow this account and I want to buy another account, I'm going to be buying, maybe a 10k or a 5k account again, just to make sure I'm not just preaching, but I'm doing what I'm actually doing what I'm preaching. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the very next video. Bye for now.